Hello and welcome. Thanks so much for staying tuned. This is Poultry Science again, and today we have an interesting topic: cannibalism in poultry. Cannibalism in poultry. How is it that animals that fly, birds, or that are not known to do that? Yes, there are animals that are cannibals. There are some birds that are cannibals. I talk about the eagle, the vulture. But how do you find that in chicken? The chicken. Now, how does it happen? First of all, what is cannibalism? Cannibalism is a situation where an organism eats one of its own. That is, put it more specifically, an animal eats one of its own. Now, it's supposed not to be, but it happens. Now, when it happens in poultry, why? What must have led to it? Now, what is responsible for it? Now, one of the things is that people say when there's lack of dietary salt, common salt in their meal, and so some people, in attempts to control it, they increase the salt contents in the feed. They can buy salt and then add to the feed, or maybe during the process of formulating the feed, they increase the salt contents. So that is one of the reasons. But then a very prominent reason is prolapse. Now, what is prolapse? Prolapse is the pulling out or the falling out of the rectum or the uterus of a laying hen. Laying hen. Now, more like pile in humans, where you begin to see the rectum coming out. Now, in laying hen, you begin to see part of the reproductive tract coming out, the uterus or the digestive tract, which is the rectum. Now, when it's coming out, now what is then responsible for this? What is responsible for cannibalism? Prolapse. Now, what is responsible for prolapse? Usually, when the animal is laying very large eggs. Now, when the eggs are large, now some people like large eggs, go to the open market to say, I want big eggs. You don't know there's an expense, there's a cost for that, on the chicken. Now, when it happens that the animal has an egg, the bird, the chicken, the poultry layer chicken has a large egg, then it can pass through the vent. In the process, the uterus may come out together with the egg. Now, what are the observable things you see there? Observable is you see tears. Now, when this tear happens, you also now see red color around it. And animals are very well attracted to red color. They see the red color, which is as a result of the tearing of some blood vessels that carries blood to the veins. So when they see this thing, now you know the chicken don't have hands. And so when they see this thing, perhaps some people may say in a bit to like show sympathy or empathy. They try to see what is this, and so they use their beak. What is this? This looks strange. In the process of looking at it has been strange, it has attracted them. The red color of the blood has attracted them, brings attraction, and because they don't have hand and they don't have any way of trying to help except with the beak, they end up pecking. And the more they peck, the more the blood flows. The more the blood flows, and they cause discomfort to the other, not knowing. And sometimes when animals begin to taste blood, they will begin to eat. They may not consume the entire chicken, but some part of it may go into their mouth. Now, what are some of the things that could happen? You could have up to 20% loss in the process. Now, if it happens in a worst case scenario, you can have it up to 20% of the entire flock. If an unenlightened farmer is unable to make inquiry and to tackle it, to nip it in the bud, you can have up to now. For example, if you have a flock of up to 1,800 birds, up to 1,300 may remain. The remaining about 5,000 can be lost in a very, very severe case. Sorry, as much as 500 can be lost. Now, the loss is loss of money. Loss of money. For you to have reared a bird up to the laying point, you should have reared them for up to 5 months. 5 months of feeding. minimum 5 months or thereabout, 5 months to 6 months of feeding. And at this point, it's likely that this bird must have been reared for close to a year, or have been laying to close to for over 6 months or thereabout. So you lost money, and also you lost money in terms of the physical cost of the bird, and also money in terms of the eggs that the bird would have laid potentially. So what do? In times like this, you can separate a prolapsed chicken. Now, chances are that it may not survive, but why not? It's not impossible, it's not out of place if you try. Separate the bird into a separate place and give a vet attention to see if the animal can survive it. Thank you so much for paying attention. If you have a question or something you don't understand, or maybe you want a contribution, please ask on the comment part. Please like, share, subscribe, and follow. Thank you so much. See you in the next class. Bye.